Okay, hello Gina. So how's the sound? Okay, good sound, great. All right, so our resting screen is the multi-chart where you get a quick overview of what's occurring. Okay, so once again, the thing that's most prominent when you look at your screen, the instant connection, yes, of, that connects them all, the White River of the 1 hours in each time frame. Okay, so you know where price action is traveling. Okay, great, yeah. So straight away we get a sense of the price action may be still continuing to finish. Okay, so over here in our 1 hour, we haven't got a vertical line, a vertical red line. If we had a vertical red line, then we'd expect a diamond to come lower than the previous red diamond there. But because we haven't, we can't say 100%. Yeah. So the value of the red vertical line that's confirmed allow us to make the strong conviction that the price wants to go lower. Yeah. If price did want to go lower, the support band and the White River Bank would seem quite the obvious place the price would want to go to if it wanted to keep going down. Yep, we've got an orange line above river center line. Okay, so once again, we don't need to make hard work of it. All we need to do is see with our own eyes and having the outline of the 1 hour riverbank, we can follow it more incrementally. Okay, so I can open these up a bit. Now, these aren't the report lines for today. They just happen to be in the template when I saved it. But even so, it's quite amusing to go and see that obviously Aussie US has been in this 68 to 68 500 to 67 500 range for a little bit, yeah, because whenever I did the report lines and did the template, those lines are still really quite relevant now, yeah. So and you can see, yeah, probably around the 12th and 13th of November was probably a stage where I was doing the template, upgrading it. So we're nearly a month later and price is back in that range. Okay, so it does repeat itself. So once again, getting back to the 15-minute, you can see that the H1 1 hour river identified by the white banks. And you can see the price action. The 15 has continued down. It's given us some entry opportunities. Remember, once again, we simplify trading. What we need is a direction and destination. and in amongst that, having destination, and then having the frame of references that we have, both in support resistant bands, report lines, riverbanks. We've have placed and with our trade management lines and our default stop level, all we need is really direction and destination. Okay, so a bit of direction was given from the 1 hour, even though I didn't have a vertical line. The 1 hour wanted to come down, price went outside, came back in the 15-minute. There was a diamond outside the Green River Bank, and then it gapped this morning. Okay, so when it gaps, price will try to get back to make up the gap, and then the momentum just carried it back down. Okay. So as you can see, once we have direction, it's easy to see destinations, yeah? And if we keep it in that very step-like manner of thinking and observing and just taking the information in, when the criteria is met, generally we're already expecting that trade to occur, yeah, happen, okay? Because our own riverbank of that time frame, like the M5, the expectation is still the same as when price action goes to the extreme, close to the riverbank, outside it. It's in this is the cell zone, in the top half of the river. It wants to go to the opposite side. And the same thing there, yeah. So once again, the same rules were applied to the H1, the M30, trickles down to the M5. And with there, you can see that the M5 is basically feeding to its drum to match the drum of the 1 hour, yeah? So it does all the incremental movements in there, and it'll slowly move to the desired point of what the 1 hour wanted to go to. But in the meantime, it's allow us segments and opportunities to re-enter trade in a direction. Okay, so this stage here, what do we know about Aussie US? Yeah. Now I would like to get down to this support band. We've got the right riverbank here. So let's just move our crosshair down there, and you'll see it says 230. Okay. Now one of the characteristics of Aussie, if it come this close and it's a price at 0.68271, generally I'd like to get at least to 0.68250. It likes to move in increments of 25 pips. Okay, so 250 is just there. So you can see that matches up with the edge of the resistance support band, and there. So this area is quite attractive. So I would expect that price would move down a little bit more there. And we've got confirmed vertical lines there. Okay, so if we're going to confirm on the 5 minute, we'd like to go 10 pips for channel, yeah, for the stop loss, and we'd be looking for 10 pips down. Okay, so let's see. So 10 pips is 0.68242. So it would have achieved its 25 pip. So got we get into the support band. Okay, so this is something we'll probably see in the course of the next half an hour or there. So once again, it's just getting to know the character and the characteristics of whatever you're trading, because the chart tells us a lot, and some of the other information just ties in and supports and gives you stronger conviction for that trade. And trading is all about confidence, knowing your currency pair. You don't have to, but if you observe and you take in those points, you'll find that you just get there quicker and you can feel the setup when it's shaping up. And before you hit your confirmed vertical lines and that. So once again, if you're having the confidence, then it's easier to go pull the trigger, press the button, place the trade, yeah? So for good, consistent trading, this is what we need to foster and grow within ourselves and to build on that. So you need a good framework where there's landmarks, and you need to know that if you follow the basic steps, basic criteria, that 90% of the work required to have a good trade and a comfortable, safe trade done, yeah? Obviously, the 10% is pressing the button. That's what a lot of us can struggle with when we let ourselves overanalyze. Okay, so the reason why these templates are built this way is to take away the overanalyzing, because you tend to overanalyze when you don't seem to have enough information or enough connection with information to make it nice and neat. Okay, so what you see in front of you is something nice and neat, and every chart in that multi-chart follows the same rules. And by following those rules, we able to replicate properly and easily, and then it becomes a habit. Okay, so let's just see if there's the currency we can have a look at. Okay, so later on this week, things are going to get quite busy with the UK elections and Mr. Trump working with the tariffs with China. So should be more volatile, you know, maybe tomorrow evening onwards or Wednesday, which is good. Okay, so things are volatile. It's very clear to see the trades and the movement's big. And you'll see that your 1 hour river comes in very handy. Okay, so I'm just going up to the 15-minute. Okay, so once again, price action in the 1 hour. With the 1 hour river, you can see price went outside the river, came to the opposite side, start below the 15-minute river, and then we've got this little cup shape in the 15-minute river, which suggests that there's a possible M21 breakout. Now this price action is in the buy zone of both the 1 hour and the 15-minute, yeah? Okay, step 15. So Fibonacci came up. Okay, here's the 161. 200, 261. And then when price came down and you could confirm vertical line opposite riverbank, and then a diamond with a current low diamond with a white line, dotted line to join. So basically, virtually came charging down to the 100, pushed it a little bit more, didn't get quite to the 61.8. Yep. So here we've still got some separation between the orange and the center line. So possibly we might want to go and push it a little bit further down, maybe 23.6, etc. But once again, the trade gave you multiple opportunities to enter. Right, so, and this diamond here in the sell zone of the 15, and it's also in the sell zone of the 1 hour. Yeah. So once again, doesn't matter what currency, it's always the same thing. Where's price action? Where's price action been? Where is it now? Where would it like to go? And sometimes it helps just to go and speak out loud to yourself, because again, just saying it sort of steadies you. Okay. Okay, so over here, prices come up below the riverbank, and 15-minute river actually went outside and below. So you can see like sometimes when it goes up, it's actually following the time frame of the current. So in 15 time frame, and then price for the 1 hour wants to get back at least to its center line. Okay, so you can see price moved outside the Green River Bank and above the center line of the 1 hour, and then bounced off and came down as it consolidates. Okay, so over here, came down, bounced off the river, Pink River Bank with the M15, and then went into the sell zone of the 1 hour, yeah? So greedy line went outside both riverbank, and you see the momentum. Okay, and you can see that the 1 hour possibly would have had a M21 breakout. It's got that curved shape. In any case, sometimes zooming out you can see shapes, yeah? Sometimes it's good to be right inside, and just doing the zoom in and zoom out is a sort of indicator in itself, because it gives you information. So anything else we'd like to see? So if there's a trade coming up, please just don't hesitate to go and put your hand up and say to there's a trade happening. Okay, so Australian top 20 index of Australia's top 200 companies. Okay, so as you can see, jumping diamond. Moving up behaves just the same with this template. Yep. Follows the same rules. Okay, so let me just get out of there. I don't want to go to too many things and too many pictures in your head. AUD. Back. So once again, there's only 5 criteria here. for any trade. Get direction. You need for a buy, you need a current low diamond, and you need to go and have green windows 3 and 4, green shadings, yeah. So this one's not quite ready for a buy. It's probably still it's definitely waiting. I need to go a bit further down and have a jumping diamond. Okay. We've still got pink and windows 3 and 4. Okay, so orange line still above. So this still wants to push down, which we already said in the 5 minute. Put it back. Okay. There we are. Okay. So that's where we're left with. Now these are all smaller movements, but once again a fractal nature. You know, diamond outside the riverbanks of the 5 minutes still behave like the diamonds outside the riverbanks of the 1 hour. They don't like it out there. They want to come back in and get to the opposite side. So once again, it's a great show of the fractal nature of currency. Okay, so just to highlight shapes, you know, if you're conservative and had to go and pick a particular side of setup, you could probably wait for diamonds that go outside the riverbank and start preparing yourself for possible trade opportunities when that sort of criteria or environment becomes available, yeah? So whenever price is approaching the extreme, the 1 hour, at those times, there's an expectation, even if it goes consolidating for another 10 or 15 candles, it will want to come back inside the river, yeah? So these are areas where you're certainly going, a trade will generate and give you the direction, and then from all the information that you have, such as the opposite river bank, the river center line, trade management lines, they go and put in your destination. Okay. So even this one here, take profit here, went back up, came down. Okay. As you can see, this diamond is lower than that. So having put our trade management lines in on the defaults and following that, it would have helped us to navigate and to double dip into that one movement. Okay, over here, as you can see, even though it got outside the river, the whole 5 minute came outside, so you're still able to follow down for a jumping diamond 5. Then here you've got this V shape. This would have been a Fibonacci upwards, yeah. So once again, areas of interest is when price action goes to the extreme outside the river, then outside the current time frame river. Okay, so if you don't want to be in there, then you know exactly where to be to take your trade. Okay, so you can see the number now is 255 as it moves out. Okay, so once again, this is the way it's been behaving for the last 10 years since I've been trading, and I still use that information. It's, I suppose, the same as we would with ABC and the times table, because what it does and keeps doing. Okay, so over here, you can see that 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It's quite a lot of times it goes out the 1 hour riverbank, and it's just the 5 minutes, yeah. So there's no lack of opportunity. What we need to identify is what we're most comfortable with, and what sort of trades and what sort of environment we'd like to start having our trades or to enter our trades. Okay. This is just hopefully just going over the way you're probably thinking yourselves out there, like you're trading, and how to get the most out of it, and to make it as easy as possible, so that you can replicate it week in, week out, day in, day out, or maybe just a couple of days a week, or a couple of nights a week. Okay, so we're starting to go and see the 15-minute, start going outside the 15-minute riverbank. Just hitting the riverbank on the M30 off the M30 river. Okay, so took a little bit, took a few candles for the Aussie to do that, but once again, we could justify and we could see its attraction. We had the direction, and we can see what it's looking for and where it wants to go. Okay. So we're trading. If you have your alerts here, and they make sense and it's supported and the criteria is met, then you've got direction, and you just want destination. And I've quoted, shown, identify several prices that price would like to get to. Yeah, that's it. So let's have a look. Okay, so 9.4. So it's got 0.6 more to make its default 10 pips. Yeah. So once again, your default lines, trade management lines, let's match up with all this here. Here's your balance line of the peaks, which is the pivot for the support bands. Okay, so that's 6.8, riverbank's 9.8. So you can see, and the river, outside the river, a stop level any side outside the river above the channel would expect to be pretty safe. That's a 10 pips here, would have been a very safe stop level. And for our 1-for-1, you can see very achievable, and you can see there's 5 or 6 big reasons why I wanted to get there. Okay, so please enjoy the templates. If you got any questions, just post a picture. No, I'm sure if I'm up there that number of team members would be more than happy to go and confirm your own reasoning with regards to where the trade's going, but it's always good to run it fast, post a picture. Okay, so hopefully that just brings a little bit more granular view as to what you're looking at. Okay, so as you slow down your thoughts by talking, you feel calmer and more in control, more confident. So I'll leave you with those thoughts, and more than happy to give you any feedback with trades, whether you've just entered or entered and want clarity on estimation. Okay, so thank you and see you next week. Good night all.